My name is Enno Williams. I work for a government department for Yale.
Hi, my name is David. I'm from Dublin and I work with Azure for a government department for AL. So to give a bit of background on the project, back in 2017, this government department had done a lift and shift from an on-site, on-premises data center, and they were looking to move their infrastructure into an Azure cloud. Then due to IR35 regulations, they lost a lot of those contractors, so it was just a handful of civil servants that were left to manage this vast estate that covered almost 800 VMs, 100 virtual networks, 40 app gateways. So you can imagine the kind of problems they'd have to deal with.
Another big thing was just tech debt. So we could tell by the time that we joined, there'd been a significant time where just things hadn't been fixed or been updated. So there's a lot of just quite old versions that we had to kind of upgrade across the whole estate.
What we brought to the team was these different DevOps software. So we implemented the likes of CI/CD pipelines. We started putting all the virtual machines and all the infrastructure into code. And we implemented some continuous monitoring systems also. We did that all while bringing in the likes of a delivery manager, so we had more rigid structure. And we set up channels of communication with different operations teams, so when things went wrong, they knew exactly where and how to contact us.
We had a buddy program, so one of the people from AL would work with one of the civil servants, so they would always be able to come to us to help. For any issue, we'd be able to work it through with them and be able to show it. And one of the main things that we try and do is to have them fix it and see the problem and try and work it through instead of us just doing it for them or whatever. It's to have them actually try and solve the problem themselves.
Another thing we do to upskill them is we hold one-on-one sessions. So somebody will take a piece of technology, run through how it works, take questions, and it's really just trying to demonstrate how this works to the whole team, and then people know this is the guy who knows how to use this piece of software, so I can come to him for help if I ever need it. And I guess it's difficult to quantify the impact we've had on the environment of the team in terms of just how they get along, because it's a less tense environment. People are more willing to socialise with each other. And I was talking with one of the civil servants actually, and he'd mentioned how 3-4 years ago there wasn't much of a social aspect. People were kind of isolated, working on their own things. When something came up, people wouldn't know whose responsibility it was to fix it. So there'd be in-house arguments, whereas now when we have this structure where BAU tasks come in, and it's somebody's responsibility to take those tasks each day.
We did a cost analysis work to be able to show monthly the cost of each app with the tagging, so we can see exactly which app costs the most. That's one thing which we constantly try and see, are we using this? Can we reduce the size of this? Can we switch VMs off at night? So it's just asking these sort of questions to see what we can do and reduce to get rid of waste, basically. In
doing that and getting rid of those 200 or so VMs, we've reduced the annual hosting cost by 20%. And we've done this through also using Azure reservations. So we keep the virtual machines running that are kind of long-term machines. And that 20% saving on Azure hosting costs is just unprecedented.
So a lot of this is just a continuous process. So continually be able to improve our monitoring, be able to make sure that we're make sure everything is patched properly, and make sure look at disaster recovery, making sure it's a more sort of cloud native approach.
We've really ingrained ourselves in the team and made some really good working relationships, both in terms of the work that we deliver to the client, but in terms of the actual interactions we have with each of the individual clients. We've really, even though for the last year we've been working entirely remotely, I've really got a sense that I know each of the individual civil servants on a personal level, which I've got a lot of benefit out of.